What's up, everyone? I am Girish and I'm very excited to launch this new booktubing journey with all of you, in which I will tell you about the books that I have read or I read in my daily life. These books will be covered chapter wise, in which, in order to make the things and the message of the author clear to us, we'll also explore some real life examples. So, recently I read this book, this book by Robert Kiyosaki, and I just fell in love with this masterpiece. So this video would be an introduction to this book and we'll get to know what's all this book about. The remaining 9 to 10 lessons would be covered in the upcoming videos. I hope we learn a lot from them.
Let me explain you its title. Robert says that he had two fathers. One was rich and the other looked poor when compared to the rich one. His biological dad was the poor one, and due to his good terms with his friend Mike's father, he referred to him as his rich dad. His poor dad was never financially sound. He may earn a decent salary, but at the end of the month, he was never satisfied. The thing to be noted here is that he was the one who had gone to big universities such as Stanford, University of Chicago, moreover on scholarships. In addition, he was a PhD degree holder too. Coming to his rich dad, he was one of the richest men in the American state Hawaii. Despite failing to clear 8th grade, he was the one who was extremely proficient when it came to handle finance. He was a brilliant financial programmer. As a child, Robert found it difficult to figure out whom to listen. The views of the two dads were extremely contrasting in nature. One would say, "Work hard, son, find a good job, and climb up the corporate ladder." The other one said, "To own the corporate ladder." These two statements are extremely powerful if dug deep. One of his dads advocated the methodology of providing education followed in schools. The other held the school responsible for poor financial programming of the children. Their thought processes had opposite polarities. One would often say, "I'll never be rich enough, I am poor." The other one never uttered these words, not even in his dreams. Even when Robert's rich dad would incur huge financial losses, he would regard himself as a rich man. The losses, how big they may be, did not deter him from aiming big, and he never doubted his belief system. One of my favorite dialogues of this book is, "There is a difference between being poor and being broke. Broke is temporary. Poor is eternal." Let me explain you this by an example. Once, a great personality was fired from his own company due to his clashes with the CEO appointed by himself. He was totally devastated and broke. At that time, he had two choices: either to accept what had happened and run away from his passion, the second one, to bounce back. This person was of a different soil. He had the courage to follow his intuition. 10 years later, the same company bought him back through a deal. If he had not bounced back, my dear friends, there would have been no iPhones, no iPads, no iPods, no MacBooks, etc. etc. Yes, people, I am talking about the legendary Steve Jobs. Your one failure doesn't define your destiny. These are just the pillars of your success. No matter how big losses come your way, do not ever regard yourselves as a poor man. His poor dad would often speak like this: "I am poor. Luck was against me. The love of money is the root of all evil." On the other side, his rich dad forbid himself from uttering the statements, I can't afford it, I am poor, worthless. Instead, he would ask himself, how can I afford it? He believed the lack of money is the root of all evil. These powerful thoughts would keep him finding new ideas to generate money. He also believed a statement closes the mind and a question opens the mind to new horizons. He had generated various assets for himself. The assets which would maintain a nice cash flow for him. He hated liabilities. The difference between asset and liability would be explained in the upcoming videos. Finally, Robert figured out that he would listen to his rich dad. He did not want to develop a poor mindset like that of his biological father. He came out of his comfort zone in a very early age. This decision shaped his life for better. He realized 39 years later. Lastly, here are some tips from Robert.
So welcome back everyone. I hope you enjoyed the animation, and now let's take a look on what's written on these 2 pages of the book. Coming to the top, it states that for 20 years, this book has remained the #1 personal finance book. One of the positive traits of this book is that it gets updated very frequently. Like there are examples from the 2016 US elections in which Donald Trump was the winner. So this thing is one of those things I loved about this book. Below this thing is one of the teachings of the book, that is what the rich teach the kids about money that the poor and the middle class do not. Coming to the back page, it has 5 teachings that will be slowly uncovered in the upcoming videos. Then there is an American newspaper who is saying that rich dad, poor dad is a starting point for anyone looking to gain control of their financial future. So it's an amazing compliment for the book as well as the author. Lastly, there is a quote from Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. The main reason people struggle financially is because they have spent years in school learning nothing about money. The end result is that they end up working for money rather than making money work for them. So on this positive note, let's end this video. Goodbye and do take very good care of yourselves. Jai Hind.